whatever we do, change is coming. It's coming with the implosion of our imperium, and it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's how we cope with this change. Will we respond rationally? Will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it.
All right. Oh boy. Welcome to another episode of the Griftcast IRL. Today we're going to be watching a video from some dude that's apparently talking some shit. That's what's happening. His name's Arthemesia. He doesn't like the DeFango man at all. At all. He doesn't seem to like me at all. So I figured today we would take a little look-ski at his words and then maybe see if we could fill in some the missing areas in his investigation or whatever. Because it seems a lot of shit talking. It also seems like I got somebody else up in here. Is that Scroats McGoats? Is that the Scroats McGoats?
Yep,
How's it going, man?
it's going.
It's going, huh? Dude, what are you up to?
Not much. Just you know, trying to get through a Thursday.
A Thursday, huh? Is it
Yeah,
that bad, eh?
yeah. You know how Thursdays are. It's close to the weekend, but not quite there yet.
Yeah, seriously, I do know what it's at. That's why I figured today I was just gonna go do a video on this clown that's calling me a grifter, which is really hilarious. Honestly, that's the funniest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. He's
Yeah,
calling me, the guy that runs Griftcast IRL, a grifter.
I can't believe you do something like that.
Yeah, I can't believe I would do something like that either. But here we are, you know. I saw all these other people grifting off of Eliza Blue, and I hadn't even made a video yet, and it was my damn thread. So I got into the mix, right? And I came in hard. I made websites and everything. I feel like we did a pretty good job, you know, overtaking this Griftcast IRL scene. I think people are jealous, honestly. I
Yeah,
think they're jealous. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you set off somebody bigger than anybody's ever been set off before. I mean, dude, seriously, how does it feel to live rent free in Tim Pool's beanie?
I don't
I
know,
know my
man.
condo's in there.
It's kind of weird. You know, it's all this shit in here, and I just don't know how to deal with it.
All this shit. What shit are you dealing with, bro? He just called you out on his in front of everyone. That's all.
It's just such a disappointment. I held him in such high regard, and then he goes and disappoints me like this. My life hasn't been the same since.
You really? It hasn't been the same since. What's changed for you?
I mean, everything. My whole world has been imploded from this.
Imploded, so like your worldview is just completely gone. You don't know who to send your super chats to. Speaking of super chats, somebody named Beatbop just sent us $5 and just said grift on you crazy diamonds, and we're gonna definitely do that. Thanks for the first super chat of the day. I'm sure Scroats totally understands the way that you
Yeah,
feel right now. It's time
yeah.
for you to start grifting, Scroats.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm encroaching on your territory.
Oh no, that's fine. Grifting is an equal opportunity territory. Everyone can grift. See, that's the thing is all these other grifters out here think I'm making fun of them and talking shit, but I'm not. I'm just respecting them in my own way, right? This is an homage to Tim Pool. This isn't me biting on his stuff. This is me doing the same thing that he does, only in my own way, right?
Well, hell, if you say so, then yeah, I'll go ahead and start grifting my ass off.
Grift your ass off, dude. Why wouldn't you grift your ass off? I think everybody should at least try to grift their ass off if you think you got something worth the selling, or even if you don't, and you're just good at selling, sell that shit. Why not? I mean, it doesn't even matter anymore. And I mean, it was funny when we look at what we did. Like, we put together beanies and all this other shit, stuff that like even Tim still hasn't put together. So are we really making fun of him, or are we really just kind of showing them how things should be done, or maybe how we see things should be done? And it's like,
you guys are setting an example for him.
Yeah, that's honestly. Right. We're trying to set a positive example for everybody out there. And sure, some people don't understand my tactics or what I'm doing, but that's okay. It just makes this shit way funnier.
Oh yeah.
Way funnier. Like there's people out there that think that they have the right idea on certain things, or they've done the research or whatever, and that's not even how this stuff even works in the beginning of things, right? Like, even when we're sitting here, because I watch other channels and stuff too, I'm just like you guys, right? Like, I usually am always in somebody else's channel. I don't chat hardly ever, right? Most of the time I might send a super chat or I'll become a member, but for the most part I'm just sitting and watching and just trying to understand, what's popping in the content, what people really want to see, right? And then trying to apply that to what I'm doing as like a meta homage to, grifting, where I'm making fun of it, but at the same time still doing the same thing, but being very honest about it. And I think that's the big thing, is that honesty is the key. I think I learned that from Nightwave Radio, Revenge of the Sis, Mersh. Like, he hates me, but I actually kind of like him, right? Because if you go through the many hours of content, this guy Porcelain put out a 4-hour series on this dude, currently releasing lots of interviews, where if you watch the thing, you realize that these guys are just more or less in awe of who this guy is and how he's been able to accomplish it. But, he's even got great ways of doing his grift, right? And stuff that his honesty at times is the reasoning for his success, right? Like, he's so brutally honest about him being a fuck up sometimes and how he wrecked his car, that people will give him enough money to buy 3 cars, right? And he'll wreck them all, and they'll still give him money because it's not about, the fact that he wrecked his car. It's the fact that they know it'll just keep escalating, right? It'll just keep getting crazier, which is funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even for me, when I started doing this, I wasn't about making money. Like, I had like stuff out there, but I would just make daily content, and it's all moved to Rumble now, right? So like, it's hard to find a lot of it now, but I like tried to maneuver all of my old content off of the channel and then deleted it all so that I wouldn't have to worry about strikes and shit. Cause I kept on getting strikes on old like stuff, and then I'd be out for 2 weeks, right? And that sucks, right? I'm sick and tired of dealing with that. So I've tried to restructure the channel in a way where the content is more in line with the guidelines and stuff, so that stuff doesn't happen. And I'm not leaving that stuff up there anymore to, get hit at a later time, because I just got hit on a video from like a year ago, right? A year ago.
That's ridiculous.
And it was greed.
With Mama Susan leaving and everything, you have that glimmer of hope that things will change for the better. But considering who is slotted to replace her, it's probably going to stay the same. It maybe even get worse.
No, I get what you're saying on that right there. It probably will get worse. I mean, I'm not hopeful, but all I know now is that I have GPT chatbots or whatever, and I mean, I've been feeding it information about me trying to get me unbanned from YouTube, and I currently have an AI language processor working on a good enough script to get me unbanned, and I think it's going to work. It worked for Twitter.
Well, let's hope so.
I just have to like keep formulating it until it sounds real good, and then I'm going to send it and then see if it works.
Cool.
But it's an automated system, remember? So like, if you could mess the automated system up for like the chatbot by just giving it words, why can't you do the same thing with like an algorithm on YouTube or something?
Yeah. Well, it just depends on what what you input into it and everything. But like, what kind of expectations are you having for it?
Well,
aside from
just to get it back.
Oh, okay.
That's really it. Just to have it back.
All right, cool.
Like, for nothing else, just for that, just for having that win, just to be able to say I did.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Just like with Twitter, like with Twitter, I was always fighting to get it back. When I finally got it back, it was at the perfect time. And that's what I expect will be happening with this other one.
Yeah.
I like timing, like that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. It's important.
It is important. And I mean, if your life is turned upside down and you don't know, what's going on anymore, I mean, it's really hard to see that sometimes, right? But for a lot of people, they do get stuck like in people's orbits. They'll get stuck in their own way, not really wanting to change their minds and stuff. And I mean, that's just human nature, my friend. And you got to realize that sometimes, you take these hits, but I mean, you can't 100% fall out of favor with somebody. You just have to take the information that you've learned about them and apply that to your future engagements with, how you understand them. Because it's obvious to me that a guy like Tim, he's more worried about just keeping the money flowing in and keeping the status quo that he got. So he's been super clear about who he was. I think a lot of people were expecting a lot more out of him. They were expecting a lot out of him in this situation, not realizing that he's already really kind of spoken his piece. And I think it was a mistake for him to go in a members only stream and, finally talk to something like this, finally put that out there in the world like that, because it just shows that he didn't want to be open with the rest of his like subscribers, like that's not something that should have been put behind a paywall. And then, he shouldn't have been attacking folks over it in the way he did. That just was arrogant, hot-headed, and just shitty.
It was a bitch out. That's I have trouble trying to fully express my feelings on it. I know I was exaggerating a little bit when I first started talking, but I really am disappointed, because you expect a little bit of professionalism out of him whenever he gets, a message like mine. I mean, I admit, like I've said before, I could have worded my chat a little bit better. Maybe instead of disavow, at least acknowledge what the fuck that bitch was doing. But instead, he just, he took all of his impotent rage out on me. And he just kept going and going and going. He didn't even walk back what he said to me personally. He still insisted I'm a fucking bot.
Mm-hmm.
So
he still thinks you're a bot.
Yeah. So I mean, Tim, if you ever hear this, go fuck yourself, man. You can refund my fucking money if you want. If my money doesn't mean anything to you, then fucking send it back.
He
You
probably
know, you can
won't.
you can make he can make these lame fucking walkbacks or whatever on the situation, but the fact is, he instead of him making a condemnation of what Eliza Blue was doing, he just flipped out on us. He cusses me out. He starts trash talking everybody else in the chat, and then he runs off behind the fucking members only wall, and and it's still kind of a limp out. He didn't really say anything until that little gay slap fight with him and the quarter poundering started, and even then it wasn't that much.
You're funny.
Thanks. I try.
That's so funny. That's so fucking funny. I still can't believe how funny that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not mine. I didn't make it up. I got it from Medicare. So
You got that from
all,
Medicare? That sounds like something that he would
yeah, he
definitely
always
say.
called him that. So all credit to him.
All right. Well, of course, Jim made something up like that. And thanks for Deborah Burden for your $2 saying, "Where do I get This Morning Brokeback Mountain?" It's on Twitter, but that stream still hasn't finished processing, so I'm not gonna put it back up from on the member side. I'm gonna take it down from the member side when the blur finishes processing. It's taking a long time. I started it last night before I went to sleep, and it's still, just like. It's kind of bullshit, actually. I'm a little upset about it. Because I want to put that out so all these other creators can grift their asses off of it, but I'm not even giving them the chance to clip that little part of it. If they got it already, whatever, but they're not getting it because I let them. Fuck that. They can see that shit after it's done. And yeah, it still says that it's processing. It's such bullshit. Let me show that real quick. Just so that everybody knows I'm being straight up about it. Here's the little processing thing. It still says that it's being processed. Check back later. And I started it hours ago, which it is a 5-hour stream or so that makes sense, but still kind of a long time there, YouTube. I thought you guys had AI and shit. What the hell, bro? All right, back to Mr. Scroats.
Can we just get the the whole Skynet thing going already? I'm really fucking bored with life now.
You're bored? You want to like a purge with the AI and shit, dude? We're still like many years away from that, dog. Like 2050, probably. Like we're not even grasping with strong AI, bro. We still have like the weakest of the weak AI that's available to the public. So until there's actually AI that can scrape stuff and like you can actually have a conversation with it vocally and like it remembers stuff and becomes its own personal like thing that works for you, that we're really still kind of far away from it. And that's like what 2030 is all about. I've tried to tell people is like by then is when that like technology is probably going to be viable for public use. And then that's really in line where they're like, yeah, you're going to own nothing and you're going to be happy because all the AI is going to be doing work and you're going to be our people slaves or whatever. I don't know. What are we going to do? I don't know what we're going to do.
See, that's the thing. That's why I'm kind of in this kind of floundering state, with everything. I don't really feel like there's any point in thinking about like retirement or everything if the AIs are going to start taking care of all this. I mean, what's going to be my purpose?
Yeah, I kind of think of the same way when people ask you what's going to be happening in 5 years, and I don't even mention it because I don't want to have doomer vibes, but I'm all like, well, I expect that there's probably going to be some kind of war going on that may be worldwide in some kind of thing.
There's always war.
But there's
it doesn't
always
matter
war.
whether it's World War III or a civil war, as somebody likes to say all the fucking time. I mean, there's been war happening, at our southern border for the longest time now, and nobody ever talks about it.
Mm-hmm. And it gets closer and closer, with Mexico and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's going to be like in that Wolverine movie when the dude's driving like a limousine. You ever seen it? The Wolverine movie? So it's like, when he's driving the limousine and he's like going over into Mexico and it's just like no thing for them. They just come over and go back. But there's like, freaking PMCs and shit running around. Like that's the kind of shit that I kind of picture happening in the near future. Is that like there's gonna be like actual private military contractors, like those kinds of guys, rolling around in cities and stuff for like protective duties. Because
Uh,
we have no idea what's going to happen in 2024, right? But the way that things are going right now, there's really only two options that seem viable for the Democrats, and that's basically like if they go into war, you're really not going to be getting another president in there, and maybe Joe Biden's not the wartime president that everybody wants, but it seems like a better option for them because of how much time and effort they've put into Ukraine, over the last 10 years, really.
yeah.
Not even just like the last 3 years. I mean, that's even more, but like they've been on that shit for a very long time. So, and then with this recent like State of the Union from Putin, where he's like, yo, I'm coming out of the New START treaty. That means all the nuclear proliferation treaties are off of the table, my friend. So that
Yeah,
means
that's awesome.
nukes, Cold War, that means that the Cold War just started back up, basically.
Yeah,
That's,
and I'm glad that my daughter is going to get to grow up in the same kind of atmosphere that I did, back in the 80s. You had that constant, oh, the Soviets are going to nuke us, and you had the whole Red Dawn shit going on the news every afternoon. The Soviets did this in Afghanistan, and it was just constant, pressure that we were going to be annihilated. So, I mean, at least she's got that to look forward to.
yeah, and that sucks, man. Everybody wants to have a positive future. I was born in like 86, so I missed, most of the conflicts, right? My brother went to the Iraq war. I tried to sign up for the army. They told me I had a bad heart and I wasn't allowed to go in.
You
So I
didn't
was
miss
like,
anything.
cool. Yeah, I know I didn't miss anything, really. I mean, talking to my brother and everything that he went through, he said it took him years to get through like that stuff, and I'm pretty sure he got shot. I mean, obviously in this plate carrier or whatever, but getting shot sucks. It sounds like it sucks, honestly. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
I
sure it
wouldn't
does.
want, like I've been shot at. I've never, like been like actually hit, but I've been stabbed though. But like that, it just doesn't make any sense to me, like what we were doing there in the first place. And now I look at the like public that we have, right? And it's like, do I really see a bunch of these people going and fighting the war? No, I see like a whole subsection of the population, not naming any names or pointing to any specific things, but I'm pretty sure people will be able to figure out that are going to be completely anti-war, and they're going to use whatever tactic necessary in order to get themselves not to be able to go over there. And then there's going to be the patriots and stuff that actually, like want to go fight, but then there's still going to be all those religious objectors that are like, well, you could send me over there, but I'm not going to pick up a gun, right? Like the Hacksaw Ridge guy.
Well, that's going to backfire on them because it seems like the standard for, getting people to enlist has been lowered so much that they could probably just, go into a high school, detention or whatever and just grab some people up and just tell them, hey, we'll give you $1,000 if you make it through basic. And, then they'll have, plenty of truck drivers and cooks and, all the other low MOSs that don't require a really high GT score or anything.
No, yeah, they'll definitely have a lot of that, but it's like the intelligence stuff that we're really going to need. And I mean, sure, we're currently at a disadvantage. Nobody really even talks about where China's placement is in this whole entire thing, but with the usage of hypersonic weapons being on the table, right? Like, there's no defense against that. Like, you got to shoot something faster than hypersonic to think about intercepting it. And sure, there might be some kind of computer out there that can make that calculation that exists right now for sure. But
Well,
what shoots that fast?
there was one thing, and this was back probably 2004, 2005 when I was in. They had the Thel system at White Sands that they were testing, and it was a laser system that could shoot down artillery. They were able to shoot down rocket artillery, 155 rounds. I mean, it was amazing, but it needs a really strong power source, and it has to be a mobile power source. And none of the mobile generators that we had back then were good enough. Those could theoretically shoot down a hypersonic, but I don't know how many more there are. I don't even know if they continued the program.
I
So,
don't think they did. Um, the last thing that I saw, like they put all their money into the space fence thing, and that's probably the best opportunity because for them to actually pick it up because it can pick up like objects moving at those speeds or whatever, so they can know where it's coming in. But it's going to be thought of coming up with a system that could be basically in place at the time to intercept it, which is just going to be really difficult. There's really not much right now that there's available, but with that, it's the AI thing that I think is really going to be changing the landscape, because there's going to be those dog things walking around, and there's probably going to be some sort of like robot thing walking around here pretty soon. So it's really going to be interesting to see if we go to a more like human pilot operated type future, which makes more sense, like a VR piloted, like autonomous body where, it's like a robot body that you're controlling, as opposed to it being a fully autonomous type like intelligence, because like we don't, even with the stuff that people are messing with now is mostly language processing. Sure, they can do like other things, but it's not to the level where I think that it could just do stuff on its own. And most of the things that we've seen from SpaceX and the stuff around there, the dogs can like walk around and travel past, but for the most part it's being controlled, right?
Yeah.
There's somebody on some joysticks somewhere.
Well, it'd be nice if we get something like that soon, because looking at everything that's happening with China, them provoking us with all these fucking balloons, and the aliens attacking us in tandem with them. Maybe the Chinese are going to finally invade Taiwan next month, or maybe in April. And
Well,
I just I know I sound depressed and everything when I'm talking about this, but I've lost I've lost a lot of confidence in our military command, in our military structure. You got piece of shit like Milley in Austin running things. And I talked to some of my buddies who are still in. There's no funding for training or anything. I mean, one of my friends said that instead of going to the field, they would go out to a pad site. Like one of the little areas they have immediately off post, where they would set up their system, set up their tanks and everything, and they would do simulated battles. They wouldn't actually set up. They wouldn't actually go on convoys or anything, because they didn't have the money to pay for fuel and to pay for rations and stuff. It's just, you see that kind of stuff going on, and you have to wonder how we're going to be able to conduct ourselves in a peer-to-peer fight.
yeah, well, it's not gonna be well. I mean, I don't think that they're really trying to take us out anywhere. They're expecting us to get attacked, because that's really like the only option. But even then, what's it gonna be like, Command and Conquer and shit? They're gonna be a bunch of dirigibles and shit flying in. That's just gonna be crazy, dude. That's what I keep thinking back to. I'm like, dude, is this like gonna be Command and Conquer? Are we gonna start seeing the nod rolling up around it already? Like, is that where we're at right now?
Well,
'Cause
apparently the Chinese already have an ion cannon, so I don't know,
mhm,
man.
yeah, they do have the iron cannon. So let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. I got my little boxes shielded over here. I don't know what everybody else is gonna do, but we're ready to go.
You know, I'm right outside Fort Bliss, so World War III kicks off. I know I'm dust.
At least you go fast. You're
Yeah.
just gonna hear the boom, and then you're gonna be like, okay, well, we got about 30 seconds before we're dead,
Oh
and
yeah.
then you become a shadow on a wall.
I would not want to survive a nuclear attack in this area, because
Well, I
it's
mean,
gonna be long and drawn out. I mean, we've both probably seen all of those atomic horror movies. I've probably seen Threads maybe a dozen times. And The Day After probably a couple hundred times.
mm,
And
yeah,
it's
I get
just
you with that.
one of those, and that was the main thing that those movies instill in the viewer is you don't want to survive. You don't want to live in the aftermath, because it's going to be far worse than actually dying in the blast.
Well, I mean, for the most part, you really got to worry for like 2 weeks, and then after that, it's just being really smart about what you're doing outside for another like maybe month or two. And then after that, like, you still got to worry about things, but there's more than enough time for you to
Well, yeah.
vacate the area.
Yeah, if
You
you got
just
a
got to
fallout
stay.
shelter, yeah.
Yeah, if you could stay hold up for 2 weeks, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's what they don't tell people. It's like if you're in the area where one of those things go off, like if you get hit, you're probably gonna die. If you're inside your house, you're probably gonna die. But if you're outside the blast radius and the shock waves, but you're still around, there's a pretty good chance of you surviving. I mean, it's big, but it's not that big,
Well,
right?
yeah. I
It's
mean,
just
yeah,
water. You have
we
to
could
watch
talk
about
about,
the water.
we could talk about yield strength and everything, but no, that's another discussion. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
water is water, especially in this area, is the main thing.
yeah,
Because
that's the
we have
big
such
thing that's going to
limited
kill people.
sources, and yeah, it's all going to be contaminated.
Yeah, that's how we're going to get ghouls and shit like that. Like
Hmm.
that's really where it's going to be coming from. Like Fallout, like, Fallout
Yeah,
number 1.
yeah.
If you go back that far.
Yeah. No, my main concern, is water. Especially if we're trying to get, further east. Uh, the sources, the sources here are very limited.
Of course, yeah. And then like out west where I'm at, like I'm in a pretty good spot that's pretty shielded for basically everything. Not too much out here for them to go after, and if they do go after something, it's on the other side of a mountain range
Well,
with a
mountain
bunch
ranges
of
are.
hills and valleys that are going between it. So like we're
Oh
pretty
yeah,
we're pretty protected.
that's going to provide a lot of protection because the hills, elevated positions are going to dissipate the blast wave. So
Yep. And
at
it's
least,
going to have to go over a bunch of them. So it's like where I'm at, unless they hit us directly, we're good.
yeah. Well, at least you got that.
But even if they did, like, we're probably still good. Yeah, we have snow, like mountains and shit all around. So, like I worry about that stuff. Like I used to live in Arizona, and then, like I got the hell out of there because I was just like, dude, they're going to be out of water coming soon. There's going to be issues with the dam, which ended up happening. And now up here, it's like, everything's fine. There's Tahoe right there. Like, that's not going anywhere for a long time. There's no way they're draining that thing out. No way. It's so big. But then there's like even other water right here next to us. Like, there's a lake that not even that far away from us. And there's like another one and another one. So like I feel like out here we're pretty good. And then ultimately, like, if anything like that happens, really you just gotta go up into the mountain. Like, yeah, sure, you're gonna have to worry about bears and shit, but I'll take my chances with the bears.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a friend with bear. I'm gonna make friends with bears.
Or you can make a rug out of it.
But I'd rather have bear friends that to defend me, like, and then I could like ride it. I'm
Yeah.
small, so I could probably be on the back of a bear, and then you just like come up on me, and you see this dude with a shotgun riding a bear, and I'd be like, "Ha!"
Oh, I
I'd
got
be
you.
growling
Russian
at you,
cavalry.
like, yeah, kind of like Russian cavalry, but I'm not Russian. I just like I've seen a lot of videos with Russian dudes that have bears that are like their friends, and I want a bear friend.
Hmm.
The
Okay, I
Russian
get you.
people they've shown me that it's possible, although I have no idea how. But it seems like that's probably the biggest animal outside of a horse I could find out here to ride.
Mhm.
So get a bear, trade a bear, have scout bears, have a whole bear army. That
Hell
would be
yeah.
sick, right? Like a bear army. I mean, at least I'm making plans for the future. I don't know, if shit all goes wayside, I'm going into the mountain, and then next time you see me, I'm gonna be that crazy dude with the army of bears. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna have drop bears. There's gonna be drop. You're gonna see me, and there's gonna be like, you're gonna see a Jeep drive into town, and there's just gonna be bears coming out of it, and then they're gonna be picking stuff up and stuff, waving at people. It's gonna be great.
Man, you've got this all planned out, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be good.
Nice.
We'll be safe, except for if there's like some kind of zombie plague or anything like that. Then that's not gonna work. Then but still, probably the mountains are gonna be a better idea. Although I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with like a zombie bobcat or bear. That'll probably suck. But we
Yeah.
actually do have bears out here. I've seen them. They get in our trash sometimes. We're gonna have a well-armed militia of bears. Bear
Hell yeah.
militia. No, in no way connected to the Russians or Russia. We just think bears are dope.
Yeah, they are. I haven't seen one in forever. Not since I've been out here.
Yeah, that's out here. We see them every now and again when they come down off the mountain. I don't think we're gonna probably see them for like another couple weeks or something if they actually do come down.
Well, the last time I saw one was on my way home from work one morning, and I didn't know what it was at first. It looked like a big trash bag that somebody just threw on the side of the road, and it turned out it was a black bear just lounging, just sitting there. My wife saw the same bear on her way to work, and she said, "Yeah, it was just rooting around in the ditch on the side of the highway." So I guess when I saw it, it was just tuckered out. Just a little worn out from the walk from the woods over there to the highway. But yeah, it's a shame. I haven't seen any of them since. It sucks here in the desert.
Yeah, that's what I don't like the desert. The desert, I used to never see animals. Now up here, I see like squirrels and raccoons and shit.
Shit. The only wildlife I ever see
Bears,
now are just wild dogs.
birds, lots of birds.
Well, I don't know.
I like
See lots
birds.
of birds, but it's all the same thing out here. It's either pigeons or crows.
I'm working on the crows right now. I've been trying to give them different types of food to see what they like or whatever, and eventually I'm going to train them to uh, get me money.
I don't know, man.
And then
I mean,
they'll
good
just
good
be
luck to you if you do.
they'll be bringing me money. It'll work, dude. I already have a couple of them that come check me out. I got this one big. I don't even know what he is. If he's a crow or raven, he's just big.
Mhm.
He's a big black ass bird. He's like
Oh, those things are cool.
he's fucking big.
I just
But he'll
know pigeons
pop in.
suck, man. You can't trust pigeons. They lie. They always lie.
Well, yeah, pigeons aren't real, bro. Those are military hardware designed to spy on people.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Haven't you seen the pigeon plans online or whatever? There's
Yeah.
no plan. Okay,
Yeah, that's why you can't
I
trust
know.
them.
Not all the birds are real thing is definitely a joke, but the pigeons, I mean, there's some reality to these fake pigeons. I've seen the plans online. I seen them. I think they might be real, but who really knows? I don't really know, honestly.
I don't know.
Oh,
Just pop them from the back porch just to be safe.
I usually try not to kill the animals or mess with them unless they attack me. Most of the time, they run from me anyway.
It's just the pigeons, because you never know.
Pigeons are pretty cool though. They have like colors that you can't see. Did you know that? Like if you take like a UV light and shine it on a pigeon, you'll see a pattern.
Nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, try it one time. If you get like an iPhone or something like that, or even just like one of those like UV lights that you would hit a scorpion with. If you ever get close up to a pigeon or whatever, shine it on its feathers, and you'll notice it. You'll be like, "What the fuck?" There's like a whole other pattern onto this thing that I've never seen before.
I'll give
And
it a try
thanks to
next time I
Deborah
pop
Williams
one.
for that 199 through super chat. Keep the grift alive. We appreciate the grift. Yeah, I appreciate the grift too. Today we're talking to Scroats, and then we're gonna get into this Arthemesia thing, so I could go debunk this guy with all of this evidence that I got or apparently don't got. So it'll be interesting to see what this dude's trying to say about me. He's calling me a grifter. Makes me sad, but
Yeah, he's full of it.
he doesn't know what he's talking about. But that's fine.
All right. Well, listen, man. I've got some parental obligations to take care of. If you don't mind, I'm going to step out for a little bit.
No worries, man. No worries. Just let's call it. Hit me back up when you come walking in. Just drop a message in the little private chat. I'll bring you back up.
Hell yeah, man. All right. Talk to you later.
Peace, dude. Bye, Scroats. All right. That was Scroats Magoats. Our boy, Senor Scroats. He was upset with that guy, Mr. Timpool. And thanks again to Deborah Williams for that super chat. We appreciate you. He's got to go do some parent shit. He'll be back when he's back, but I guess we should probably get into this Arthemesia shit. But I haven't even done any like grifting today, which I'm a grifter. I gotta get my grift on. That's number one. We got to get that grift on. So make sure you guys head out to our link tree for Griftcast if you want to follow us on all of our different social medias and things like that. So you could get us everywhere online, depending on wherever you're deciding you want to get yourself going and shit. And honestly, we are happy to accept your money in the Streamlabs and the PayPal, the Venmo, and the Cash App. You can even buy merch from us, dude. And we even sell coffee. That's actually a real thing, coffee brand coffee. Well, can't reach the page. What? Was there a typo? Did we lose our... The hell? Uh-oh. Dude, is Jeremy's website down? I think the system is down. Let's try that one more time. It's down. The system is... Oh, never mind. I guess we can't sell you any coffee brand coffee because the website's down. It says that coffeebrandcoffee.com does not work. DNS probe failed. They took out the. Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know what the hell was up with that, dude. It just wasn't working there for a second. That was weird. Anyways, you can head over to Coffee Brand Coffee. And if you like coffees, teas, cocos, that kind of stuff, well, you could go over here. You could buy some of that stuff. And honestly, we've got some reviews already coming in from the people in our Discord, like the fabulous Susu. She's actually posted that she was grifted in the Discord. And you can see right here, she ordered herself some velvety hot cocoa. And my, oh my, she says, yes, it is pretty good. So we got proof of the cocoa right there, proof of cocoa, proof that the cocoa is good. That is a real review coming from a real customer of the coffee brand coffee that is also a subscriber of yours truly. They said that it's good. We also recommend you go post a review out there on the website, add some photos, and then maybe Big Papa Griff, Jeremy, will hook you up with something nice for all of your help on the matter. Yeah. All the help on the matter. Woo! Dude, I always thought we were a coffee brand coffee canceled right there, dude. That's a pretty crazy. But yeah, Coffee Brand Coffee, one of the happy sponsors of the show here. And now into the fucking drama, because we got some drama. We're getting called a grifter. DeFango is grifting. Tim Pool, don't listen to these lies. Don't fall for these lies. Blah, blah, blah. 2 days ago, everybody been telling me about this stuff. And honestly, I guess we got to like watch this guy's video again because he's accusing me of not watching the video. But whatever. Now I got to watch it with you guys. And we're going to see why I'm a grifter and why I'm such a bad guy or whatever. That's what we're going to have to see or have to say. So here we go.
Hey guys, how's it going? So
What's
I
up,
wanted
dude?
to talk a little bit about today's stream with Chrissy Mayer that I had. Guys, if you have not checked it out, please link in the description below.
Cool.
And we're going to talk a little bit about DeFango.
It's right here.
So
This
I'm
right
going to
here.
just go ahead and let the cat out of the bag, guys. I'm looking into DeFango here. This
I'm
guy's
looking
about
into
as fake as
DeFango.
fake can be. It's
I'm as about
absolutely
as fake as
pathetic
fake could be.
the
I'm
way
pathetic.
things are going with this fake PR bot,
Fake
garbage,
PR bet.
Shadowbox crap.
What?
All the way to him apparently coming out and claiming that he started QAnon, which we know how QAnon started. It was a post on 4chan about an ex-CIA agent that got Q access from Donald Trump himself. Apparently, Q was the highest level of classified access or something along those lines, right?
That's exactly what we were
DeFango
talking
made that
about.
story up?
Yeah.
Huh.
I came up with the idea for that, and I sent it out to
incredibly
people.
likely to me. Long story short, what ended up happening was
Weird.
L.
That seems
Lauren,
unlikely to
or,
him for some reason.
You know, so I'll have her linked in the description below as well. From Rumble, she's not on YouTube. She's got Big Dig Energy as her channel name.
Big
Okay.
dig energy.
And just to show it on here, ended up saying that she found some interesting stuff. And what this interesting stuff is this Eliza Knows stuff. And I have it all out here. The beauty work of Eliza from Twisted.
You know, it's weird. He's like talking about this QAnon stuff, and you know, like they put me into IMDb for the Hugh is Q miniseries where they interviewed me for it. I guess that doesn't matter, but you know, there was also this article, Game Theory on QAnon, where they were discussing me starting it, and you know, they seemed to think that the information was clear enough to say that it went on for. I mean, hell, dude, even NBC News talks about how this whole thing got started, and nobody's called into question the fact that this is how it actually went down. The fact is that people were angry that I said that I started this shit with I started this shit at DEF CON and gave it to a couple of trolls who actually were making the polls. One of them being this guy right here. You can follow on Twitter and go talk to him if you want. They call him a Russian bot and a whole other thing. And he's even got posts on here to say he started QAnon or whatever. And you'll see him talking to me and shit like that. But basically, yeah, I came up with the great idea and then I gave it to these internet trolls to actually get it started. So that thing that you're just explaining or whatever, this is the guy that's actually doing the posting and shit like that. Do you believe that shit? You probably don't believe that shit. But, you know, more than happy to explain this stuff to you.
Peppermint or whatever this is here, WordPress, and Pretty Cheap on the Wayback Machine. Okay? But we are not allowed to cover it, guys. DeFango has made it clear. We are stealing. We are stealing.
We're stealing? That's not what I said that you guys were doing. I just said that you guys are diverting attention because you didn't put, and you acted like you was brand new energy that like many of us had already seen. So like, why are you being super salty about this shit? I was just trolling you guys. Haven't you noticed? According to these guys, what does it say right here? Self internet troll, aka DeFango. See, that's me right there. Internet troll. So, you know, I troll people on the internet. You're a person on the internet. So is Lauren. And y'all are just salty that I showed that I had a link before you guys when y'all were acting like it was some brand new hot shit or something. When y'all are late as fuck to the game.
Stealing his content.
Late as fuck. How late
Chad,
are
you're trying to
you?
divert attention from the actual issue. You seem to be upset. I showed you guys you are no talent hacks.
Exactly.
Willing to come together and lie. Sorry you couldn't get the attention I have, but please stop stealing my content and not creating me.
Oh, I
That
meant to
isn't
say
even
credited me.
good English, dude.
I meant
Seriously,
to say
pay
credited
attention.
me.
This is
Yeah, I'll
ridiculous.
pay
It all started
attention.
off with this post. This
Damn,
guy
look at
is
that.
such a fraud.
I'm
Okay,
a fraud,
I've been
dude.
trying to keep my lips zipped on this until
I'm
I
a
have
fraud!
everything done, but this guy's really irritating.
Oh,
the
good.
crap
Well, I'm
out of me.
glad to
So I'm
help
coming
you
out with it
fix
right
it.
now,
Finish
guys.
your next video.
So he posts this right after we talk about it on the show.
uh-huh.
You guys, we found something new and never been seen before in the Eliza Blue saga. Does that say January 23rd? Oof, my research skills are undefeated. Who cares? You found this before us. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, congratulations to me. Woo!
You found it before us. Your research is better than us.
Oh,
And?
well, as long as you
But
can
we found
admit
it later than
Thanks
you.
for admitting
Here it is. Cheap blogger, ha ha ha. Except it's really weird how his other picture that he like replies is like edited. I don't know what he edited, but you know, edited here January 23rd.
Yeah, if you go look right under the link where it says pretty
yeah.
cheap blog, it says
So
you gay.
I don't know what his problem is.
It says you gay. That's what it says. You want me to pull it up for you? I'll just pull it up for you. Fine. Super easy. I'm a nice guy like that. Hold on a second. What did it say? Eliza Blue. Oh, wow. There's 81 people that have looked at this now. You see, it just says you gay. See, it was just covered up by your camera because whatever reason you didn't want to show it to your people or whatever, because I put it in there because I was just like, you guys gay.
I can't verify that he actually had it or not, but I don't care.
Oh,
gives
if you
a
don't care,
damn
why
that
the
you
fuck
found
are you
this
making-
before us?
What if you don't care? Why are you making the video, dog? What are we doing here?
Congratulations. Oh, well, do you want something?
No,
What do you want, dude?
I want
What an absolute
I want
joke.
you, babe.
This
That's
dude
what I
comes into
want.
my Discord and he's sitting here accusing me of all sorts of crap because I read the Shane Cashman article and gave my opinion of there is zero. Actually, it's not even an opinion. There's zero.
Uh-oh, we got a super chat. $5. He makes my skin car. Artie needs to get laid. Maybe. I don't know any details or facts as to what this guy does in his personal time or if he's getting any type of cutty or not.
Zero evidence to this Shadowbox garbage.
Zero
Zero
evidence?
of what they're claiming.
What?
I read the Shane Cashman article, and he's all mad about it. And I have some of his dumb fans come in here going, it wasn't even written by Shane Cashman. It wasn't even written by him, because it talks about him in the third person. Even though, when you go to Timcast and... I'll just put addendum. Maybe it'll come up. Perpetual Trauma Machine addendum here. Who's this say? What's that say in the article there? Does it say by somebody else? Then I'm not going to sit here and pretend like somebody else wrote it if I don't know who else wrote it. If the article says it's written by him, that's the only evidence. See, this is how evidence works, DeFango.
Yeah, this is
Pay
how
attention.
evidence. Okay, pay attention.
If something is out there with concrete proof, that's called evidence. At
This
least
is-
it's more concrete. Not necessarily called evidence.
Oh,
Concrete proof is beyond
okay.
evidence.
got it.
But evidence
learning.
has to be pretty substantial and concrete.
We're-
You come out
we're
and say
learning.
something like, oh, I started Q.
We're
Really? You were an
learning.
ex-CIA agent that got access from Donald Trump? Oh, okay, so you weren't, but you lied about it, but you started the story to get Q going. And then you left the organization? Q was not an organization that you started, man. Q
don't
was
think
an
so?
organization that supposedly Trump started.
So you're going with the story that the LARP was saying as opposed to the reality behind the story, which it seems like you understand it. We came up with the disinformation game, handed it off to some other assholes so they could actually do it, and then we all came out together and said, this is what it was. I'm not sure exactly what's hard about it. You're telling me what the LARP was when we're telling you how the LARP went and who was behind it. I mean, it's just kind of like, I don't understand what your whole deal was. We were trying to find and smoke out bad journalists in the alternative media space that were sitting on 4chan and 8chan looking for all of their information and getting caught up putting out bad stuff, which is exactly what we were doing back in the day when we were debunking people's conspiracy theories. And this guy says that Shadowbox didn't exist. Like, isn't there just like tons of just different media and stuff online that actually debunks the case? I mean, I've even seen people that I've actually sent the actual emails and information that show that it was an actual real company. And I don't know what you're talking about. Smile at Night, $2 to Super Chat, said this dude has the worst research skills. So here's a guy, this is Rocco Castorio from The Nose, and they talk about their reputation management firm where he actually has the documents from the thing and he puts it all out there, even with emails that talk about exactly what we were doing with Ed Batowski, complete with the shadowbox.org email addresses and stuff like that. So it's not like this stuff is not been out there. And the actuality, I'm the person that put it all out there in the beginning. So even with this Rocco Castorio character, I could show you an email that this is all the reality of what it is. This is all real shit that really happened. Okay. You may not understand it because it's hard to understand, but essentially it was a real thing. A lot of people that were involved in the company were trying to act like they could do stuff that they couldn't do, and I exposed all of them. I don't understand what's difficult about this whole thing. This is the cicada people that you hate so much or whatever. And thanks to King V the Fourth for the $2 Australian. How does Artie know Radnitz? I clearly remember her. I don't even know, but they seem to be some kind of crew. So, you know, this guy says that Shadowbox didn't exist, but, you know, like all of these people are able to pull up that it was a real company formulated in Delaware with real people associated to it. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Like, do some research, man. It's out there. It's real easy to find. And thank you to Inap30. Is that what it says? For the subscription. Welcome to the channel, man. Now send us some money. Also, there's even depositions that are out there for Thomas Schoenberger that even mentioned Cassandra Fairbanks, who I just showed you the DMs where she was saying very clearly that she was the one that was writing the article. It just still says by Shane Cashman at the top, and you probably would have known that if you would have reached out to me to, you know, get a little bit of information. So yes, Shadowbox was definitely in the news because of this article right here that was written by Will Summer back in 2020 that was based off all the materials that I put out there for this fucking legal case in the fucking first place, which we still have evidence of the video that we did all the way back in 6/22/2019, where we were literally complying with the subpoenas in an Aaron Rich lawsuit over all of this Shadowbox stuff that you said didn't happen. You're right. A lot of these bots and things never happened. All that shit was just stuff that those dumbasses were making up. But did I actually have to get subpoenaed and go through legal shit for all of this stuff? Why, yes, I did. And I even live streamed it and showed everybody everything of it, which is in turn what literally got our fucking channel nuked the second time, where you can see at that point I had 20,000 subscribers, which seems to be quite a bit more than what you got right now. So I don't know, you know, maybe it is the perpetual trauma scene. Maybe I am just making all of this stuff up for myself to raise up the infamy or whatever. I maybe, I don't know. It's not like I just sat here and pulled up all of this information for you so that you could see it and then probably just take all of it, put it into your own videos so you could go back and decide that you were going to, I don't know, make a bunch of claims or say I'm a shithead and I'm a liar or whatever. Okay, bro.
That's
cool,
what
man.
QAnon is about anyway.
Cool, man.
So what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm
See,
talking about.
this is the problem with grifters in general. I
It's the
shouldn't
problem
be
with
given
grifters.
this really low-class person
Low-class
any
person.
clout at all.
Any clout at all.
In general.
Yow.
I mean, the
Ouch.
dude,
Scathing.
let's see. Let me see if I can find him.
Scathing.
Because the dude made it about himself from the absolute get-go. He named his thing Griftcast, and it's already got 7,000 people. It's growing rapidly. But who was this guy before this? Well, I'm going to find
DeFango?
out.
You're going to find out? Really?
This is just so
Well,
unbelievable.
it's pretty easy. I used to have a channel called DeFango TV. That shit got deleted because they claimed COVID misinformation or whatever. If you go back to my actual YouTube career, sir, I have no problem with actually pulling up my channel and saying, yeah, I actually went through and left a bunch of old videos on my channel for you so that you can actually go see where I was playing video games, making videos, uploading videos, and I've been pretty clear about exactly who I am for very many years. The only reason we even shifted over into this entire thing in the fucking first place was because everybody else was grifting off the Eliza Blue thing, and I hadn't even made a fucking video. It was only a month ago that I made a video, actually. The first time that I even got into it and decided, and you can see that my channel name wasn't even called Griftcast at the time a month ago, dude, because we changed it over because we were fucking making a joke, you dumb fuck. So we literally changed everything over when we said, yeah, we're going to change our name to Griftcast, everybody, because it's going to be really funny and it's going to be a good joke. So, like, your researching skills have no understanding or even iota of success here, because January 20th right there, we were still DeFango TV, right? DTV. Do you not understand how this kind of thing works? Like, you can literally go and see the days that we literally change shit over, dude. So what's your real big deal? Like, what's this dude's deal? I don't understand what his deal is.
YouTube at 5 p.m., but
Last DTV episode, and then it shifts into Griftcast, and it's like 100% told everybody exactly what was going on. There's no question. So it just seems weird what this dude's up. You want to know who I am? You got my Twitter account that's been around since 2008, dog. And guess what? You blocked me. You blocked me like a little bitch when you were acting like you were all tough and stuff and you know everything about me. You could go check my shit if you want to. It goes all the way back to 2008, dog. You can see my cryptocurrencies and everything. And what can we see from you? Well, right now I can't currently see anything because you decided that, you don't want to talk to me. And, your whole entire thing is you're just brand new. You barely started a Twitter account in 2030. You barely have 100 fucking followers. Who the fuck is you, dog? Who are you? Who are you? With your low-ass follower counts and shit. Goddamn, you got 12K on YouTube. Oh, almost 13K. Well, I'm glad to help you get to 13K, my friend, because after beefing with me, you're definitely going to be maybe 13K, maybe 14K if you play your cards right. If you're really nice to me or really mean to me, you might even make 15K.
This guy does nothing but grift off of other creators.
I do nothing but grift.
Feel
off
free
other
to
creators.
disagree with me. I don't really care. All in all,
I disagree
for him
with
to
you on
become-
that. How am I grifting off of other creators? I'm literally doing news. And only recently have we ever done anything about the Eliza Blue thing because we got fed up that everybody else was focused on that when we were, doing news. We're talking about other creators. A simple scroll through my entire feed on YouTube will say that's false. Even more so is I've been moving all of my content. I took all of it off of YouTube and moved it over to Rumble for the old stuff because I kept on getting copyright strikes and shit because YouTube was hitting my old videos. So I removed them all off of the fucking platform so I didn't have to fucking worry about that shit anymore. Because when you get community guideline strikes and stuff like that, you can see that it happens all the time. I got one back in the day for this Mouthy Buddha video, and just recently I got two for all videos from like last year and shit. So obviously I'm just trying to protect my channel so I don't get fucking nuked, but obviously you don't understand how that shit works because you obviously didn't take any time to research anything. You just started simping. That was what you were doing. You were trying to be the hard simp. And you're really failing right now. You're making yourself look like a clown.
Every single person on here, Like, it's just...
Who am I making enemies with? I've only talked shit about the people that didn't talk to me. You didn't talk to me. I went into your Discord, made fun of you, and then left. And you're trying to act like it's something that's outside of the ordinary. I was like, dude, you never talked to me. You're trying to grift off of this thing. If you were cool, you would have reached out to me and you would have been like, so like, give me the deal. And if you had any issues or problems with my history, I could provide you with evidence. But guess what? We're still going to do that with you. That's why we're doing this video. So now that we're going to take your 24 minutes and we're going to turn it into like 2 hours where we have all of the shit so you can see. You're wrong.
It's so silly. And this was the stupidest thing he could have done because this is going to bite him in the ass so hard.
It's going to bite me in my ass?
He really feels that. I mean, this is just embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm embarrassing.
Embarrassing in general. Okay.
I'm embarrassing.
I don't know how long it's been going on. I don't know when he changed the name to Griftcast.
You don't?
But.
Damn.
No, not Timcast, dang it. I'll just type in Griftcast here. I mean, honestly, look at this bump, okay? 20 subscribers. And then right here, January 21st, 2023, you know, just
January 21st.
Up, you know,
boom!
He's obviously grifting hard core.
Grifting so hard.
This.
I'm grifting hard, baby.
Okay, now
I'm
this
the
is
fucking grifter,
very,
baby.
very...
Thank you.
Oh, this I see what this is.
Oh,
this
what do you
is,
see? What do you see? Bots? Is it bots? Deletions?
Hold on. I don't know. I'm confused by all these numbers, to be honest. Wait, how do you lose? Oh. Well, that's very interesting.
Oh, no.
You lost 133,000, almost 140,000 views?
Yeah, I lost so many views. Oh, my God. Wait, didn't I just explain that? I did just explain that, didn't I? God damn, I'm good at this. Thanks a lot to Nikki M for that $20 super chat. Own your grift. Much respect, Manny. We support that 100%. Exactly. I am owning my grift. It is amazing what I've been able to accomplish in less than a month by simply changing my username and showing people that, yes, I am capable of doing viral things and making things happen. But even during that time, I was deleting my videos. Oh, why is he deleting his videos? Is he trying to hide the truth, or did he move them all over to Rumble so that you could go back and see his content when it was the danger zone and what was the citizen zone and the Dank Memes trading company? It's almost like I was just protecting myself from any more errant strikes because I didn't want to lose another channel. Yeah, that's probably what was going on, but I'm sure that you probably didn't realize that. You probably didn't even know I also had the show named Gitmo Life at one point in time, which is not something that you're aware of at all. Probably not, but you know, like, in order to keep you educated as to who I am and everything that's out there, here you go, my friend. Glad to be of service.
Interesting. I wonder what all videos he's been deleting, and another 137,000 views. He deleted a lot of videos.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
Doing what Eliza Blue probably should have done.
Yeah, doing what Eliza Blue did.
That's very interesting. I guess there is some stuff that I really need to be digging into further, isn't there? I don't know. Maybe he'll come out and say that it was video game crap. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's absolutely nothing, but those are a lot of views. The guy is a hardcore grifter. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know anything about the guy yet, because I don't. But I am seeing him call up people if they talk about the Eliza Blue situation at all. It's, I did it first. All the directions should be pointed at me. It's like, wow, you're a real humble dude.
Yeah, I'm
you're
super
a real
humble.
nice, humble dude.
I'm the
humblest. Are you kidding me?
I'm the humble master.
There are plenty of times I talk about stories.
I'm the humble master.
Okay? I do all the research for. And then someone like Tim Pool or The Quartering or someone like that covers it minutes after I release my video. And I'm like, man, dang. I was a little late to the game.
Dang, I was a little late to the game.
Has it happened to him? Y'all are stealing my research. Who do you think?
Humble cast over here.
Who do you think you are, man? Seriously.
Manuel Chavez the third or the turd, depending on how you know me. And I'm that guy that lives rent-free inside of Tim Pool's head. And obviously, I pissed you off in some kind of way to the point where you're talking all this trash that you can't cash. Sounds super narcissistic.
Ridiculous. How are you going to be able to prove that any of us went to your page and started clicking on your links and started going unseen stuff? What an absolute waste of space this dude is.
What an
That's just
absolute waste
insane.
of space this dude
This guy is so far off the
Oh,
point.
Artie.
The whole point of the Eliza Blue story
I'm off
is
the
that
point of it.
she was abusing the copyright claim systems on Twitter and YouTube, and that's
Is that the
it.
point? That's the point that I missed?
Now you want to try and
That's the point that I missed from when it was the very beginning, and then I saw a bunch of YouTube creators that were just grifting off of this thing, not even getting to that point, and I was trying to tell people that they need to get directly to it. So it's my fault that you guys never talked to me about what my point of view was, and then got mad that an article went out that called you guys a bunch of junkies. Tight. Okay. Lots of multiple points that were coming out. The first point was that Eliza was a grifter, and that we exposed her, and then Brittany Venti took that thread, and then it made the whole thing about censorship, and then everybody's been worried about the censorship ever since. And then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, you, Lauren, and a couple other nobodies that nobody had even known about during this entire time are now like, oh, hey, we're researching all this brand new stuff that's never been seen before. So you could forgive me for when I'm making fun of you guys, because seriously, you're so late to the game. It's almost ironic.
turn this into some PR bot. You think you busted Cicada and all that crap. Oh, dude, show me some receipts.
Okay.
Show me some receipts.
Show you some receipts? Sure. Oh, wait. Those are those receipts from Cassandra McDonald. And then I got some other receipts over here for some other stuff that we would like to pull up with. But, like, we have all of the dedicated evidence from when we were still solving all of the puzzles all the way back then, from all the live streams that we were doing on the DeFango channel that no longer exists because the channel got deleted, and we didn't archive all of that shit. We have different stuff from all over the place that we could show you that will show you very clearly that everything that we've claimed is 100% true. And we have actual evidence and documentation that show that not only did we go through this supposed cicada puzzle and get to the bottom of it, who was behind it, we actually exposed all the people. That's why anybody knows who I am. And hell, I even have evidence of stuff when I was still running the Nightwave radio streams, like pretty much 24/7. And then that Mersh guy went and stole my fucking channel name, dog. So irregardless of what you say, we actually do have all of the evidence and documentations and everything that people can actually go see, down to the point where you can see when this stuff was edited, because, I don't have any problem with the truth, my friend. I'm actually the most transparent person on the internet, far more transparent than you. People know exactly who I am, where I live, and I don't hide a damn thing. And I've been through it all, and I got all of the receipts on all of this stuff. So I don't know who the fuck you are, but damn, son, you really wanted to play this game? I think you're playing a game with an individual you have no idea about and making yourself look like an idiot. And I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I'm just saying that, you're making a mistake in this particular juncture, because it was an insane journey that not a lot of people understand, including you.
Did any of this, that you started QAnon, that you are behind all these secret organizations, and yet no one knew who you were before this. I'm sure mainstream media just missed the ball on that one completely. Just went way over their heads into the outfield.
Yeah,
God knows if you actually were behind all this stuff.
They just
mainstream media would have a field day with you.
They did have a field day.
Oh man, they would have made you in every way, shape, and form. It's just crazy to me. They would have been all over him. You would have been nothing more than a scapegoat to them, to throw under the bus multiple times. And they would have gotten so much viewers off of this. They would have spun you around like you were the Viking on January 6th.
That's funny. Do you know that I actually know the Viking from January 6th, and the same spear that I found in the Cicada 3301 puzzle thing was the same spear that he took to the Capitol? No, you probably didn't know that because you didn't do any goddamn research. But, ask this guy. He tell your friends and family, your loved ones, internet friends, that Microchip is back. Also, I started QAnon. I'm QAnon. If you want to talk to my boy, talk to him. He's only going to make your head spin even more.
And if you think that's not the case, oh, well, why would they want to make someone like me famous? Because I'm nothing, mainstream media, he probably used the excuse that mainstream media wouldn't want to make him famous.
That's exactly what they did.
Are you kidding me? Did you see the Viking at the podium?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Really?
You know why they made him famous? It's because he went into the fucking Capitol wearing a Viking helmet and had a spear, and he was all into QAnon, and he was there. They didn't want to make me famous. I didn't go there. I was sitting in my house fucking watching that shit happen on my computer right fucking here, and it was hilarious.
They have no problem taking a nobody and making them very famous if they can absolutely destroy him on live television to boost their ratings. Bullcrap. If you were the dude behind...
Is that what you're trying to say right now? That's your big thing, is that, oh, well, you know, I got into a bunch of media and stuff about QAnon, but nobody wants to believe it? I mean, that doesn't sound like a me problem. That sounds like a you problem.
QAnon.
Sounds like you didn't even
on
research
you like flies
anything.
on shit.
And they were on me like fries on shit.
It's utterly ridiculous.
Why do you think I got my YouTube channels and shit like that deleted? I got suspended off of Twitter and all that stuff happened to me, you know, because I dealt with censorship from the very beginning because of all of this stuff, way before any of this censorship stuff came up with the Eliza Blue situation. And let's not forget that my other Twitter account, Manuel DeFango, the one that started the thread, got suspended over this Eliza Blue shit. So when you're trying to say that I don't understand what this is all about, you sound like a fucking clown. Because not only was I the first one to the table on the Eliza Blue thing before you even showed up, I'm still doing it afterwards.
Ridiculous. This dude is just... He's a grifter, guys. He's a hardcore grifter. Comes into the Discord, starts accusing me of, like... Yeah, what did he accuse me of? I should actually... let me pull up my...
I'm a hardcore grifter, you guys.
Stuff here. I'm going to go back onto
Hardest of
go
hard.
back up here. Because he puts a lot of words in my mouth. And it's utterly ridiculous.
In my mouth.
He probably really didn't even watch my video, and that's probably why he puts a bunch of words in my mouth. But... Here we go. DeFango. He joins into the Discord. Okay, and I tried being cordial with the guy, but... You know. Hello. Bro, sir, ma'am, if you want to know my point of view, why not just talk to me? It was actually simple. I released the Shane Cashman article reading it. That's what the video was about, was the Shane Cashman article. I had every intent of reaching out to DeFango and talking with him because I didn't know he was a grifter at this point. And all I said in the video was, I don't buy this PR bullshit. I don't buy it. I think it's
You're
garbage.
a grifter? What the actual
anyway, he says,
fuck?
if I've been wrong, I apologize. It's not bowing down to anybody. I don't think I used those terms at all. I didn't say he bowed down to anyone. I said he was really tame and that he was really all of a sudden not pushing back on Shane Cashman. And he didn't push back on Shane Cashman for anything in the article. You can read the article and find out. Anyway, for the context, that was a transcript of a recorded phone call from Saturday from me and Shane. Yes, I'm very aware of that.
Are you? How?
Okay, I didn't take that out of context. I don't know what this dude's talking about there. That was how it went down, and he asked questions. Yes, I am incredibly aware of that.
Are you?
I never said to the contrary in my video. It was fast, and they seemed to have added some likes and ums. I don't care. I don't care at all.
You don't? You did a video
Whatever
about it.
Whatever sounded like I was getting played
Seems like
through
you
a
cared.
speaker. Okay. Cassandra M. put that fourth part out. Shane didn't write it. Sorry, but I need a citation for that. I don't know that you know that. If you want to release some messages saying Cassandra's going to write it, not Shane, fine. But it says by Shane Cashman. And until then, I'm not going to budge on that because there's no proof otherwise.
Oh, really?
Tim
no
would
proof,
not agree to talk about it.
This guy's a
publicly or
fucking tool, dude.
Okay. He still thinks I'm kind of super villain, so there's bigger problems there. Dude, there's nothing super about you, man. So I don't think he thinks that at all. I think Tim thinks you're a nobody, and I think everybody else does too. Then you're a grifter.
And
I ain't trying to sue Tim Pool over this. That's a lie, because you said you were going to try and sue Tim Pool over this. Do you not remember that? So you were either lying then or you're lying now. And
So-
that's not good.
Wait a minute. So it's a lie that I said I'm going to sue Tim Pool, and then Tim Pool's people came to me and said, how do we make it so that you don't sue us? And I was like, well, you need to like fix an article, at least put something out there that gets rid of all of this stuff. And this is what came out of it. So now we're not suing this guy because I really don't want to have to sue it because it's expensive. So like, I don't understand what the problem is here. You know, we said that we were going to sue them. This is the outcome that we got. It may not be the best outcome that you wanted because obviously you're not very educated and you probably haven't been through a lot of litigation in your life. So I just think that there's really no evidence here of anything other than you being a dipshit, which is really hilarious because like it was super easy to just pull those messages from Cassandra Fairbanks and put it out there, right? But, you know, now I'm having to defeat the trust of Cassandra just to appease some fucking dipshit on the internet that literally hasn't researched shit, and it's just kind of hilarious, right? They just deleted the article on accident and put out that other thing, and that just, you know, that wasn't because they were going to get sued or anything. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay.
And I said this in the video, I think he was bluffing and Tim called him on his bluff of suing.
Oopsie.
And he's like, oh, I'm not going to sue Tim Pool all over this, even though I made a gigantic post saying I am going to sue him for the $200,000 I lost in contracts. And then this dude talks about in the article all day long about how he has no money and how he's broke and all he does is DoorDash. So where the hell did that $200,000 come from? You lied.
I lied?
So let's not, you know, and he says right here, I don't have the money. I could get it, but I don't see what.
Yeah, I could get it. And, you know, when you say that I lied, that's really weird. Like, you know, I actually do have profiles out there that show that I'm a provider. I've completed 552 jobs for 98 different clients. And most of those clients are in the networking field. And I got a 5.0 rating on that. And for most of them, that's the actual contracts that I was talking about with UPS and the Department of Justice in Nevada that I no longer can have since there's been new articles and shit written about me with my name and shit like that people obviously know it's about me. Since when you have government types of contracts and stuff like that, they actually have to do these like background checks on you and things. And I've actually had to submit myself to these things at least a couple of different times. Like here's an example of one of the ones or one of the last ones that I did for the Nevada Department of Corrections, where, you know, that's definitely an actual real, you know, real life thing where I actually got approved and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know where you're on about this and contracts and stuff, but yeah, currently I'm no longer available to take those contracts. And that does lose me quite a bit of money over the next couple of years because of, you know, how things actually went out. So honestly, do you really think that Tim Pool and Timcast would have taken all those articles down and at least worked with me if I didn't have the ability to show exactly what I'm showing you now and show you that there's overabundance of information that I could post that shows that not only have I been doing this stuff for quite some time, anything like this is really going to, I don't know, kind of affect whatever the hell we're working on, you know. And I have different letters of authorization for a bunch of different people where I've actually had to go through it with different big companies, and I've even appeared in different lawsuits. And then, you know, I've even worked with services where I've had to actually go inside of fucking prisons and fix the equipment. And then this is probably one of my favorite ones right here from back when I was actually working with the United States Department of Homeland Security under the CISA operation, when I got a contract to support critical infrastructure. And this is the letter that I got from Christopher C. Krebs, the cybersecurity director of CISA, that basically was saying it's like a carte blanche for you guys to be able to go and what were our ideas and idealism is. So like I have a couple of these different things that basically let me go almost anywhere to do or fix whatever the fuck I had. And I went through a lot of shit to be able to do that. And guess what? Now I'm not going to be able to do that shit again because they clearly knew if I knew who Tim was talking about, they know who Tim's talking about, and I have to fucking fix this shit. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
What that would prove or solve. You couldn't get it. You can't prove you're out $200,000. You apparently don't know how court systems work. Okay?
I do know how court systems work.
I have a crazy story, and people find unbelievable, and it's whatever. It is a crazy story.
Yes,
it's absolutely a crazy story. Okay?
Crazy story.
Because it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And it's unbelievable because it's not true. Utterly ridiculous. I didn't get no payoff. So you did or didn't? I don't know what that means, man. Learn how to speak English there. I lost a few contracts over it. But I
didn't
don't
get
see
no payoff.
the reasoning. What contracts
That
did
seems
you
pretty
lose
clear.
over that article? Who read Tim Pool's article?
A lot of people.
Who? Immediately when it came out and was like, oh, I'm working with DeFango. I'm going to cut him off this contract. What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I don't see the reasoning in raising and spending $300,000 to own Tim Pool. Why would you have to raise that much money to own him? Do you even know what you would be paying for with that money? See, this is the problem with people who think how lawsuits work, who've never been in a lawsuit a single day in their entire life.
I've never been in a lawsuit a single day in my entire life. Let's see. Oh, that's work shit. That's the CISA shit. That's more work shit. Oh, wait, what's this? Edward Patowski taped Aaron Rich deposition. Oh, yeah, I remember. Right. Yeah, I actually have been in a few different lawsuits. Like this one right here when I was a party to a lawsuit with Beth Garrett's. And I ended up settling outside of court with her and then writing some documentation so that she could go on and actually could get Thomas Schoenberger for a bunch of money. Yeah. No, I've never been through any type of fucking legal orders or whatever. And here's even more documentation that shows later on when the case finally went to purpose, it ended up only being between her and Mr. Schoenberger or whatever. And I mean, I don't really know, like I got all of my documentation right here, ready and available. I mean, here's the stalking injunction from Provo, Utah, from when Thomas Schoenberger tried to actually get one of these things on me after I got one on him and he got denied for it. So I don't know what you're saying, that I've never been a party to any type of lawsuit or something like that. Not only have I been in stalking litigation, I've been a party to other people's lawsuits, and I've even been sued. And guess what? I've won every single time. I've settled every single time. I consider that a fucking win, and I don't have anything to worry about in these particular situations. So again, I don't understand where you're getting your information, how you're coming to your point of view here saying that I've never been a party to these lawsuits when there's literally fucking evidence online that says that these depositions and shit exist. Who wrote news about it? And they got all of the information from fucking me. And I can even show you the video where we actually went ahead with this stuff all the way back in 2019, where we literally went line by line, email by email on our live stream while we were doing the deposition and showed it to fucking everyone. So yeah, I don't know anything about fucking legal documents or being in any of this shit. No, you're right. I'm a fucking liar. I have no idea what I'm fucking talking about. You're definitely way better than me at all of this stuff. It's not like I don't have old emails that show me literally starting the Shadowbox emails originally through their actual thing when we originally had the company started up. It's not like I don't have the boilerplates and stuff from all this stuff when it came through. And it's also not like I don't actually have the emails originally when I've been sending them out to different people over and over and over again, so people know exactly what's going on. Because not only is all this stuff public and it's available, I've never hid this stuff from anyone, right? And I even have the depositions and everything that I was supposed to do that we didn't even have to do because I ended up fucking live streaming and saving these guys some fucking money. So yeah, you don't know what it's like to be a party to a lawsuit. You don't know what it's like to get subpoenaed. You don't know anything. But you know what? I actually do. And I did so good in all of this stuff that these lawyers had no fucking idea how they were supposed to even be dealing with me. And I still have literally documentation that goes all the way back to so many different areas that will literally show you what I've been up to and everything. So, literally this is just this is a fucking sad showing from this guy. You are a sad motherfucker. You didn't even research any of this. You don't know nothing, and you're making yourself look like a clown. Like, how could you make this so easy for me to just make you look so stupid?
Myself. It's not expensive to
You don't
get
think
a
it's
lawsuit
expensive?
going.
It's not?
What is
really?
expensive and can be expensive is discovery and other things along those lines. Okay?
Oh, really? Is that how it's going to be?
And
It's gonna be
time
expensive to do that?
is
And
what's
time?
expensive.
Oh,
How
yeah.
much
Really?
time are the lawyers going to
But
have
I
to
don't know
put
anything
into
about
this?
that.
And that's not a number you're going to know until the end of it.
Oh, really?
See,
So
that's the problem.
what do you mean? So you mean that if I've actually talked to lawyers and kept them in retainer and I knew exactly that they want 20,000, 50,000 and they quoted me at something like 30K to actually get a judgment on this, then it would be wise for me to put that forward. And since I just showed that I actually have been a party to litigation with some of the biggest fucking law firms in the country in some points in times, it kind of seems like, I don't know, maybe you don't know what you're talking about, or maybe you've never been a party to a lawsuit and don't understand that some people already know all that stuff and don't want to spend the time and energy that's available. So I'm more than willing to get that done the way that I did, because it's me. And if you don't like it or you don't understand it, well, yeesh. I invite you to make an apology, but literally you are a idiot. That's just it. You're an idiot.
You don't know. This
Idiot.
could cost over $3 million, or it could cost you
Idiot.
$3,500.
Idiot.
You haven't a single clue. And whenever you say stuff like this, immediately it's like, wow, he's never been in a lawsuit before. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah?
Everybody
I
who
don't know what
has
I'm
been
talking
in a
about.
lawsuit, or is at least a lawyer at a bare minimum,
Really?
absolutely would be like,
You're
this
wrong.
dude has no idea what he's talking about.
You just got proved wrong.
It makes you look silly.
4K. Oh,
I wasn't-
1080p.
I wanted to expose Eliza and get her away from him. Okay, let's say that's true. Let's go into it. Mission complete. So you are taking credit for it.
Yes.
DeFango, you didn't come into this picture about the Eliza Blue thing when it came to Tim Pool. Like,
Really? So when he was
you
talking
didn't
about
even come
PR
into it
companies?
until after the quartering got banned, at least. Yes, you did post something to Twitter, and she got you banned from Twitter. But you did not reach out to Tim Pool. Nobody's going to say and agree that you reached out to Tim Pool unless you want to show some private messages.
Some private messages, huh?
It's utterly ridiculous
Didn't I
to
just
see
show?
how this is going on.
Didn't I
okay?
just show some
Now,
private
he
messages
says, I
with
ain't trying to
Cassandra
F his
Fairbanks?
stuff up anymore. Okay, why not? Why were you trying to do it in the first place? You know, according to what I have seen
I was
and
pretty
heard,
clear
he's
about
already
that.
doing that on his own. Okay, it seems like he probably is. Oh, whatever, I don't care. The bigger issue is that someone in Tim Pool's ear that was involved in all this BS that happened to me back in the day, and that a far bigger issue than anyone sees. Again, English, not very good.
Again, your
the
English
thing.
not very good.
There is no conspiracy theory of some cabal or some person in Tim Pool's ear that is doing all this crap. This is such utter garbage.
It's utter
This is
garbage.
more of, I have to dig in, and cicada number 69,000 is in Tim Pool's ear doing crazy things. Come on. It's utterly ridiculous. He's trying to sit here and say that he's trying to act like he's some superhero.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
This is the simple thing, okay?
That's what I'm
People
trying to
got
do.
banned off Twitter and YouTube because
That's what I'm
Eliza
trying
Blue
to
was
do.
embarrassed about her past.
He
That's
does
what
it
this is.
even.
And you've taken this so far off the rails. And you're sitting
I've
here
taken
saying that
it
there's a
off the
far bigger
rails.
issue that no one sees, and you're not going to elaborate on it. Now, I did reply to him, okay? He never responded.
Yeah, it's because I left your Discord.
Absolutely never responded, okay? Not
So that's because I left your Discord. Because you were not responding to me quickly enough.
even a little bit on here. So for someone to sit there and act like I didn't do my due diligence, it's ridiculous.
You did
And then
it.
he gets mad that
You did
somebody
it.
brought
You
up
just
a
proved you did it.
website, an archived website of Pretty Cheap. I mean, this is really a nothing. It's going by Eliza Sipe, and it's a bit of a blog about. I don't even know what all this is about. I just kind of heard, gallery sneak peek, all this stuff. It's her MySpace blog, okay? Talking about it during her timelines, talking about how, all the crazy stuff she was doing when she should have been, at the time, being trafficked.
Yeah, be a traffic.
And it just
I
doesn't
know.
line up very well. That's what this is some more evidence to. But apparently it belongs to DeFango. And if you guys use this, boy, is he ever going to call you out.
Is he ever gonna call
Guys,
you out?
Seriously. Y'all want to go follow DeFango? Be my guest. If y'all believe in DeFango, be my guest. Okay? I don't
Yeah,
care.
if you believe
I don't
in
do belief.
DeFango,
I don't do that garbage crap. Okay,
yeah, I guess.
belief, and believe what you want, guys.
You literally.
But I'm not going to do
this.
anything without hard evidence. And if this guy's going to go around talking about how he's got all of this evidence and all belongs to him and stuff, he can at least provide some receipts for half.
Wait, we did do that already, though. And we even gave you guys the ability. You know, it's like, it's weird. They even did this Cicada 3301 movie about us or whatever that came out after I did all the Cicada stuff because it was, you know, all, I got that shit all popular and stuff. You must be like one of those old Cicada douchebags that was from the original puzzle solving crew that never could actually get anywhere with it and was just super pissed to see the way that I got super big off of doing it in the first place. That's what I think this really is. Because if this dude thought he was good,
He's got no receipts for Cicada. He's got 0 receipts for QAnon. He's got no receipts for most of the stuff he claims.
I think we just debunked that completely.
Most of the
Because we literally have receipts for basically everything. And not only do we show all of the receipts, they're all available for everybody to see. And this isn't even one that you talked about. Oh, yeah, he used to work with Insomniac and stuff back in the day in EC. Big fucking deal. Not like he had done any other type of litigation and got himself out of it or anything like that. No, that guy sucks, man. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm such a fucking clown. I'm so dumb. I don't know nothing, man. I'm just a grifter.
stuff he claims. Stop falling for this crap, guys.
Yeah, stop
Let's not
falling
let
for
this
this
guy
crap,
be bigger
guys. Let's
than
not
what
let
he
this
has
guy
to
be
off this
bigger.
whole situation. He is grifting off of this so
He's
hard.
grifting
My
off
only
of this
question is
so hard.
in general,
He's
why?
grifting it so
Is it because
hard.
he got to Tim and I don't know, Shane, and was like, "Hey, I'll kind of help push this whole narrative of a fake PR company going out."
Is this guy now coming up with some more fake news that I was creating some PR company or something? Yep, that's exactly what he did. So we already debunked him with receipts on everything that he said. And now he's screaming in the chat, acting like he's got something on me. And at the end of the day, it's just really sad because, you know, I made my claims and I don't have to offer up anything other than what's already out there, baby. And if you can't find it, if you're such a fucking clown that you couldn't even look it up and haven't seen that I've been a part of all of this stuff, then I don't really know what you're fucking doing here, bro. And oh, thank you. Thank you from Bebop. Salty Artie has over 30 videos in the last year with Tim Full's face on the thumbnails and calls me a grifter. I know, right? He didn't even know that I moved my content over to the other side. This guy's a fucking joke, dude. He couldn't even research this.
A YouTuber called DeFango has since claimed the work was his. He says he created Q as an alternative reality game, mostly for the lols, but also to smoke out bad journalists in the alternative media space.
Same
He also
house and
says that
everything.
In 2018, a man called
Same
Thomas
spot.
Schellenberger wrested control of the game from him. And in a nod to Operation Mindfuck, DeFango says he too is no longer sure if he ever controlled the game at all. Nobody knows if...
Oh, we got another super chat. $2. I'ma be your guest, Manny. Okay, cool. Thank you for being my guest. So as you can see, there's a lot of information this guy didn't go and look up. He didn't even see that the mainstream media actually talked about this. He didn't see that we got suspended off of YouTube and Twitter and all these other places because of all of this stuff. And then somehow, for some reason, he thinks that he has the ability to demand shit from me, which is crazy, even though I've showed that I've actually had all of this stuff in the fucking first place, and I got evidence of me being in legal cases and having authorization letters and being sued. Everything that he said in the video is basically debunked 100%. And I mean, he's never even looked back at our fucking Substack that has all of the emails that show how this indoctrination thing in Cicada 3301 started in 2015 with Thomas Schoenberger and Richard Miller. And he doesn't even know that Richard Miller was the guy that actually was creating Cicada 3301 puzzles back in 2013. He doesn't know any of this stuff because he's never researched any of it. He's never looked into any of this stuff because, oh, I'm not a good creator because he was trying to simp for some girls. But now we can really see now that this dude
After
ain't
Eliza
got
and
nothing.
Tim and all them. No
He ain't got
freaking PR
nothing.
company doing this.
He's got nothing.
It's garbage. The Shadowbox crap
He
is
ain't got
garbage.
nothing.
There is nothing.
Bye, Arthemesia, you fucking clown. See you later. You blocked me on Twitter. I would have totally invited you onto the stream so you could have talked some shit and acted like you were cool, but you're so much of a little bitch that you're going to run away and block me because you literally just got owned. Your YouTube career is over. Like, literally, we just got you busted on being a bad researcher, a simp. We literally owned you. We mind-fucked you in every way imaginable. And your deal is to come in here and try to act like we didn't just give you the absolute business. And if you want to know more about QAnon, go talk to my friend Microchip and ask him exactly how he was doing his posting and stuff. And remember, he's all over that shit. I came up with the idea and gave it to these guys. And nobody's been able to debunk it. And I don't think anybody ever will. You don't have to fucking believe it, but nobody really cares what you fucking think in the first place. It shows, we've pretty much showed that you have absolutely no understanding on how to use Google, how to research a goddamn thing, and you're literally a little crybaby grifter that does nothing but make videos about other people and then try to claim that I'm doing the same thing when literally all I've been doing lately is making fun of you guys. It's just the funniest thing. Look at your channel. All you do is grift off of these guys. That's all you do. You're such a clown. Like, you're trying to make fun of me when I just came back onto the scene after a bunch of strikes fell off my channel, and you're trying to act like you know what's going on when I've literally been around longer than you on my secondary channel. So I guess at the end of the day, who's really grifting who? Who's really making videos for getting money with like 17 million views that use naked people to get views? Is it me or is it him? No, it definitely seems like him because he's been making nothing but content on Timcast and he's been grifting off of Timcast his entire fucking career. And now that he's got some clout, apparently he's trying to act like he could tell people who I am. Dog, you couldn't even look up a fucking thing, dog. I'm literally in here in my emails and shit. What you want to see, dog? What you want? I got it all here. I'll fucking show it to you, dude. You are a clown. Like, there's nothing else to be said here.
Been looking for a few days now. Actually, a bit longer than that, about Shadowbox. Since the article came out, I've been looking for Shadowbox stuff. There's so little to nothing. It looks like a bunch of internet crap posters. And that's about it. There's really nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying that the Daily Beast is
just funny.
Crap poster, NPR is a crap poster?
So anyway,
that's weird.
Well, now look at this. I mean, he has responded. This is kind of funny. I'm going to go ahead and just look at this here. Let's see. He says
there's shit everywhere about
Artie
this.
couldn't find his own content if it was staring him in the face. So everything I have made, guys, every single thing I had made was just stolen from DeFango. Just pointed out, I already out that out.
Salty.
Guy can't speak English for shit. That's annoying. Out, and he's saying he stole it. I never said I stole anything. What are you talking about? And way to change the whole subject, I said we stole his content, X.
Yeah, seriously. Like, honestly, that's Arthemesia for you folks. So, what have you learned today, children? What have we learned today, my friends? Well, we've learned that YouTubers are dipshits. We've learned that Arthemesia is a salty son of a bitch that apparently doesn't like me and hasn't been able to find any information out about me. And for whatever reason, in an hour, I was able to pull up more information about myself from Google and then back it up with actual real documentation and facts, everything that he asked for in the video. And he's still in the chat, pissed off, saying, show me how you started QAnon. All I did was went to a fucking whistleblower meeting, talked to a bunch of guys, sent over some information to a dude named Microchip, who's also confirmed the story. And if you'd like to know any more, you can talk to him. That's all I've ever said. You know, why do people get so hard into that? Is because he already got debunked on everything else, and he doesn't want to give carte blanche on that one. But guess what? There's really nothing he could do. He's been shown to be a complete clown who can't research shit, can't research himself out of a way of a paper bag, and then got mad because I was making fun of them because they were like trying to find shit that we had already found and deemed unnecessary months ago, and they got mad. But you know what? You fall into my traps because I'm smarter than you. I know exactly how you're going to operate. I let you put up a video and act like you were king shit. And then I came back 2 days later and dropped everything on top of your head. So when you do your next video, all you're really going to be able to do is go through what I put out, put up your own shit with screenshots and stuff. And then how are you even going to be able to put all this together? You're going to look like a bungling idiot because, I mean, I just showed people that it was that easy to find this shit and you just couldn't do it. So you're basically kind of fucked right now. So I would recommend that you don't make any more videos, but let's be real. You're not that smart and you're definitely going to make more videos, and there's really nothing that we're going to be able to do. But you know what? You're not the first person that's tried to do this to me that I've completely obliterated with my ion cannon. But hey, at least you're going to get a little bit more content. You tried to go take somebody on. You might want to roll back to just doing your Tim Pool focus videos and grifting off of that shit because you seem like you were getting a little bit more videos, more views off of it or whatever. And, you know, your grift seems all right, but you really need to tighten that shit up, obviously, because if you want to grift with the big boys, you're really going to need to step up your game big time. Learn some research skills and, I don't know, try to be a little bit more humble or something like that, because I know exactly how insane my shit sounds. That's why I reached out to you in the first place, and you did exactly what I thought you were going to do. So thank you for giving me this amazing win. I mean, I really didn't need another win on top of all of the other wins I've already had, but research, bro. You should probably pick your battles a little bit better, and I'm not going to hold it against you. I don't even want to beef with you or whatever. I just want to make sure that you're educated as to who you're talking about and dealing with, so that if you're going to call me the number one grifter, you're actually going to have some good receipts and stuff behind you, okay? I want to make sure that you can be successful out there in the world. And I know you're not used to that sort of thing because you're a shithead, but you know what? There's people like me that exist out there that are just that fucking crazy, that fucking mythical. They ain't nothing you're going to be able to ever do to change people's thoughts about me. You might be able to change the little simps minds that you got, but like, dog, who do you think you're dealing with? Obviously, you have no idea. And thanks to the Joker for that $5 super chat. Seriously, dude, do you have your own all for free real estate and people's head? I better get a copy of the ABC of Free Mental Real Estate by Manny Chavez. Yeah, I should probably make that. That would be really, really cool. Just showing people a way to set up a tent on somebody's brain just like that. Yeah, we could do that. We set up free real estate inside of dumbasses' heads all the time. And you know what it is? It's because we're just so much smarter and better than them that, like, it just scares them, dude. It's just scares them. And he's so triggered right now that he's just going to be pumping out content on me because he needs something. Because he needs views. He needs it. He wants it. He needs the grift. He's jealous of the grift. And it's really sad. It is really sad. Just sad showing. And with that, we're pretty much done with this one for today. I don't really think there's anything else out that we're supposed to go. Oh, what's this? Mark Sheard, $5. Tell us the story of how the spear got into the hands of the Viking. I missed that one. Not really sure how it got into his hands. All I know is that was the spear that I had found allegedly in the desert that we had gotten from Thomas and his crew, and I had to deliver it back to that Michael character. And then a couple of weeks later, years later, really, I had heard that this guy I had met back in the day who was from Arizona that ended up being that QAnon guy. He was a birder. He had like this really crazy costume that was glow in the dark and shit. And like, he was a different character, and he was super into like QAnon at the very beginning. I tried to get him out of it, and he just kind of ignored it. He was also neck deep into the cicada thing, and he was getting told by the cicada people that they needed to take that thing to the Capitol, get things changed. So he took it with him to the Capitol. And when I actually was watching the live streams of it going down, I was like, holy shit, that's the fucking spear. That is the spear. And he took it with him and he got arrested with it and all that other shit. And that was because I guess he was all wrapped up in the same cicada shit that I was trying to warn people about. And it's just a really strange thing when people had seen it. You know, when we all saw it, we were like, yo. Oh, hi, Jack Tarlad, undefeated researcher. See, I don't like Jack Tarlad. He's one of those guys that we considered to be a very, very low effort moron. So when he comes into the chat, we just remove him because we don't even like him anymore. Like when he came into the spaces that we were doing, he was trying to call me on my information because he misheard what I said. And then ever since then, he's just been up my ass because I think he's one of those Q-tards that still doesn't want to believe the truth about Q or whatever. But we simply just run his ass out of here and say, see you later, buddy. I'm not here to answer your questions. You're an absolute fucking nobody. You could go scream into the wind because we already know exactly what you're all about. And ain't nobody got time for a piece of shit like you. Ooh, sorry, Jack Tarlad. Catch you again next time there, partner. You tried, but ooh. You ain't gonna succeed. You ain't gonna succeed. You can trust the plan somewhere else. Yeah. See, it's been a pretty good stream. I think. We've really, really shown exactly how these people get triggered, exactly how they get pissed off. And it's just because we're just so much better of a grifter. We only started grifting less than a month ago, and we've literally just shown these guys their shorts in every way possible, and they're just afraid. They're scared. They don't want me to come back and get up over them because then they're going to actually have to do work and shit. And obviously, they're not doing any work. They're not doing any work. So, I guess that's it. Bye. Have a nice day. See you later. Be well now. Bye. Oh. What happened to my end screen? Whatever. Bye. I don't know what the hell happened to my end screen, but it's missing everything. It's missing everything. It's not good. Should have everything on here. Don't worry, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. What's up? I'll fix it. I'll fix the shit and I'll fix it. And I get you on and my mix it. And if you didn't know what I'm gonna trips it. Cause I got my got my rhymes, got my little bullshit times. Time to rack on the road. Get me on control. What the fuck you wanna go with that roll? We need to make this into road rage. Hey.